Now the question is, what will happen to the CTC part? So the CTC, that is basically called cost to company, is going to be automatically lowered because the legal benefits for these 3 months would impact less on the company. So cost to company, please, CTC in itself is no word. It does not give any, it does not give any meaning. The meaning is cost to company. हम cost to company बता रहे हैं एक एम्प्लॉय को कि ये कॉस्ट पड़ रही है, उसमें लीगल बेनिफिट्स दे रखे हैं, लीगल बेनिफिट्स अगर लोअर डाउन होते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली दैट सीटीसी गेट्स लोअर डाउन फॉर दीज 3 months. Also, is it mandatory? It will come automatically in case you opt for it in the PF website. कर लेना चाहिए क्योंकि 4% सरकार दे रही है. Cannot take away, cancel the earned leaves available to the employees. This is Bharat ke question, that can employer take away oblique cancel the earned leaves available to the employees. See, in case no work no pay is there and the employee is not getting any money, so I think it is good for the employee itself if that leave get encashed. And if employee doesn't want that leave to be encashed, it may ask the employer, don't encash my leaves at this time. I'm ready to go without no work, no pay. With no work, no pay. We are service provider company. Who is responsible for treatment? Treatment for what? COVID. Del 3, could you please explain your...
Yeah, COVID.
Explain your query.
I am asking about the COVID.
Yeah, COVID regarding what? You are a service provider company. You are a contractor?
No. I am a service provider in the business of testing the electrical equipment.
Yes.
So our people go, means the technicians go, engineers go to the different factories like HPCL, BPCL, Indian Oil, cement. So our people go there. So I'm asking about that.
You are liable. You are fully liable.
Okay.
As a principal employer, in case these HPCL and BPCL might get liable, but as actual employer, you are there. You have to take care of your employees, civil as well as criminal both. So get them insured and take this policy and create a health and safety policy of them. When they go to, this HPCL or BPCL, they should follow their health and safety policy.
That is of course followed wherever the employee goes, he is following that.
Yeah, and providing PPE is your call. In case HPCL, BPCL now is providing that, then it is your call. You have to provide it.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have another question. This is regarding, one question regarding the privilege leave. So this is not related to COVID, but I just want to have a little clarification on that. That in case a company gives 20 days PL and 6 days casual leave, and I consume everything in this current year. So next year when my allocation is there, am I supposed to give it on pro rata? And then what's your view on that?
Could you please just repeat your last words?
In my company, suppose company is giving 20 days PL, 6 days CL.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody consumes everything this year.
Yes.
This year or means last year. So on January 1, what would be his, leave to his credit? Okay, casual leave as it is, but I am talking mainly about the PL.
We are talking about privilege leave. Privilege leaves accrue on 5 of every quarter.
Yes.
So the time he starts in January 1st, 2021, again he will be having a 5 privilege leave in his accounts.
No, that is right. My question is that in case I have consumed 20, which was, to my credit, and when I start next year,
yes,
it is 20 to my credit, or the calculation minus 20 and then whatever it comes.
We are talking about brought forward. Next year, आप brought forward कितना करेंगे?
No, not brought forward. I am talking, I exhaust the complete PL this year.
So there is no brought forward for next year. It's zero.
Yes.
There is no carrying forward. Yes.
Not brought forward, but the company will give me 20 days only, or 365 minus 52 and all those minus 20, some calculation which I am reading this
No,
is
no, you're
that
talking about privilege leave. That is depending on Shops and Establishment Act of that particular state.
correct.
That state takes care
Maharashtra,
of that.
Maharashtra.
That takes care of that. Okay.
Excuse
Yes.
me, I have one question.
So we
Yeah.
have another question.
If we have covered under ESAC, is it
Yes.
mandatory to have additional mediclaim insurance policy?
May I know who's speaking? I am not able to get. Ayush?
This is Ravindranath. I am using my son's mobile.
Not an issue. Ravindra.
Yeah.
So if your person is covered under ESIC, there is
Okay,
no requirement of
Ayush,
there is no requirement of any other insurance if that employee is covered under ESIC. In case there are employees who are taking more than 21,000 salary, gross salary, you have to get them insured.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
we have another question from Sonu here, Anurag.
Yeah.
He asked if the companies are in trading work, are they bound to pay monthly salary? Total staff is around 45 to 55. Out of this, 5 is in the warehouse.
So
ESR applicable?
Can you put that in the chat box for me?
Right. So it's already there. If you see there, it's already there.
Okay. Sir, companies are in trading work, so they are bound to pay monthly salary. Total staff is around 45, 55. Out of this 5 in warehouse. ESIPF Act is applicable on company. Okay. Then what is the question? So companies are in trading work, so they are bound to pay monthly salary. If you are taking work from your employees, you have to pay them salary. In case you are asking them to work from home, you can have words with them, get your CTC revised with them. That will be the more beneficial manner. I'll take up Vikram. Vikram has put a very straightforward question. We have seen FIR and notice served against company directors for layoff and reduction of wages in Maharashtra and Delhi. How valid is that? So, first of all, FIR होने से पहले complaint लगेगी magistrate के आगे DM Act के उल्लंघन के लिए. उससे पहले direct FIR is not possible. If you have a reasonable cause not to pay salary, first and foremost, yes, there was a reasonable cause because there is no revenue. Secondly, for which it is 29th of March 2020 they are talking about. Is it about that you have not paid salary to the migratory workers, or is it says that you have not called them back to pay them at your workplace? So as per 29th of March 2020 orders, you have to pay, you were scheduled to pay them at your workplace. So yes, you can answer them very well, and it is not a valid case. You can challenge that also.
Okay, so the reason why I actually asked this question
Yes.
is mainly because I come from the IT/ITES industry,
Yes.
and a couple of IT/ITES majors were actually served by this particular notice and were told not to kind of, reduce wages or anything as such for employees. But while the overall revenue has decreased across the industry, it is imperative for companies to actually look at various options. So legally, on a legal standpoint of view, how much of a problem would a company get into if they actually do a salary reduction after having a discussion with an employee, and or even let go of an employee? There are twofold questions. One was obviously, in due course, if the company has decided to take actions against employees across without any reason except this current scenario. Second part is if company has decided to let go of a person based on disciplinary issues during these times. And documentation has been completed, can use this COVID opportunity for their benefit and get back at the company. So these are two things which I wanted to might be get.
Disciplinary action, misconducts, none of the code is going to take care from the employee side. It is going to be employed perfectly, because nobody can get any situation, whether it's COVID-19 or whatever. It's saying something that a person comes up and slaps the director and says, so what, you cannot terminate me. It's not going to happen like that. Courts and judiciary is going to take time to reschedule itself to start working. Right now, what people are thinking about is a WhatsApp media, which gives, somebody gives there is an order of Honorable Supreme Court, which is 2 lines. and somebody gave meaning to that 2 lines, whatever meaning they want to give, and circulated it. That is the difficulty we are facing. Trial court has to take care of any action against anybody. It's a bailable offense, first of all. As if that a factory was running and some accident occurred, and factory act inspector files a challan before a MM court, before a magistrate court.
Mhm.
This is as straight as possible. And secondly, now your question, and coming to your question, first you said in case CTCs are revised having words with the employees. So in case CTCs are revised having words with the employees, it's a pure civil contract. Government has no role to play on that. But you should have a CTC revised letters with them. You should have that thing documented. Secondly, you said in case you do disciplinary action, I've answered you the question. Third, you said that in case you reduce wages or layoff. So layoff is a legal term, means that you pay them 50% salary for that period. It's not termination. So I presume by layoff you means termination.
Yeah.
So by termination, yes, that's why I said if it's legal, it's legal. If it's not legal, it's not legal. So COVID-19 situation only for the purpose. See, at the end of the day, Disaster Management or Epidemic Act, they are to control this disaster. They're not to ask employees or create an economic viability. And because of these migratory workers situation which landed on the borders, the government come up with this order considering this is as a disaster management. So they said keep on paying their salary at their workplace. How many of them reported the workplace? I don't know. And secondly, you said you were in an IT company.
Yeah.
So IT company, where is the migratory workers?
Okay. So we do not come under this act itself.
No. Your IT company is basically in case somebody is putting a data on a computer, that will be a workman, that will be an Industrial Dispute Act.
Understood. Perfect.
Which was a normal aspect which was going previously also.
Okay.
They're trying to threaten so that the economy doesn't get a hit. But I don't know how they believe that without revenue, businessmen can continue the business even.
Yeah. But thanks for the clarification.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Vikram.
We have a question from Praveen here.
Praveen said providing entire salary and debiting leave without pay is valid. Providing entire salary. The leave has to be taken. You should have words with your employees, take leave from them, take a leave with pay. Or you said providing entire salary and debiting leave without pay. So I don't know what the query is. Praveen, if it's there, you may just clarify your query. Himanshu, is Praveen there? I don't know. I think we have missed him.
I think he is. Anyways, let's move to the next question. Bharat K asked about only casual leaves.
Yeah. What if a management, I think somebody is there? What if a management cancels all the earned employee and does not even provide leave encashment to them? No, how could somebody can cancel earned leave and without paying that earned leave? It's per se illegal. From Sanjay Prasad to everyone, is there any exception that healthcare organizations need to follow through on even if there is a little or no revenue being generated? No, nothing like that. Healthcare organizations, in case they are not coming up with a lockdown, then they should send the notice to their employees that you come and join duties. In case they are not joining duties, there is no work, no pay. And yes, in case there is no revenue being generated, there's the Industrial Dispute Act would be available to you to take a recourse there. Providing entire salary and debiting leave with pay is valid. Again, Praveen Shetty is there. Then technicians are paid 26 days only, not 30 days. They should get 1 weekly off. Kartika Rastogi to everyone. Can we reduce salary of all our employees for a few months? Is there any legal consequences? If after reducing salary, employees' salary is less than 21,000 for that few months, would they need to get registered under ESIC? There are two ways to do it. One is you revise the CTC part. That is a better way of doing it. In that case, if somebody comes less than 21,000, enroll that in ESIC. Second part is, yes, there are legal consequences in case you force upon somebody. In case they are workmen, there is a separate section which takes care of them in Industrial Dispute Act.